Hey folks, how we doing today? It's me again, Shannon Fox here, Devoted Patriots 2 channel. Got several things I want to talk to you about, run through some highlights of several things that have happened over the last couple of days. And then I want to play you a video. It's about 4 minutes long. I'll save it for the end. It is Matt Gaetz breaking down and explaining, chicken shit, Kevin McCarthy's actions, how this is all going to go down with the amount of votes we're going to need in order to maintain the majority in the House, and who's leaving and how this will be counteracted. And I've got a little bit of facts as well about the whole situation. So let's go ahead and get into it, folks. First thing, President Trump is allegedly considering his selection for his running mates with an interesting twist. Now, there's been several speculations as to who he would put in. Byron Donaldson, there's several people suggested Vivek Ramaswamy, but Melania Trump come out and said that she would be on the campaign trail with Trump if he decided to pick Tucker Carlson as his VP. So that's a good possibility as well. And Tucker and Trump are obviously good friends. Tucker said he's not into politics, but the VP's only got to do so much. Tucker and Trump thinking so much alike, I think he would be a great spokesman for Trump. Another like-minded individual in the White House would be awesome as Trump's partner. I would vote for that in a minute. I like Tucker Carlson. I think he's done a great service to this country, exposing a lot of the stuff going on, including the J6 footage. Now, like I said, I am going to play you a video closer to the end of the clip here. It's about 4 minutes long, but stick around to the end. It's all good stuff. And it's Matt Gaetz breaking stuff down, explaining things. And it definitely needed to be said. It's actually kind of crazy the way things are rolling out. Now, Karine Jean-Pierre, the Queen Bee of Pinocchio commentary at the White House, press secretary, she says it's stunning that Republicans are demanding a secure border. Stunning. History will remember them harshly. I hope history does remember the fact that our borders were open for a temporary time, and the Republicans found a way, grew some balls, put Trump back in office to fix the problem. I think that legacy will be told, but not the way she's trying to spin it. Now, this is some really crazy news. Tucker Carlson dropped some bombs earlier over on Twitter, and Elon Musk says, "Is this true?" And Tucker Carlson says, "It is confirmed." I'm talking about Biden Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin. He threatens to send Americans to fight Russia if Congress does not give Zelensky more Ukraine money. So what is happening is, I don't believe it'll go down like that, but Lloyd Austin is talking about sending our troops, or possibly even starting a draft in order to get Americans over on the ground to help Zelensky if we don't want to continue with the funding of this huge laundromat situation they got going on. That tells you he's in on the money more than anything else. I don't believe his best interest is Zelensky or Ukraine. I believe it is the military contracts, and that's usually the case, folks. Now, there's one more thing I want to tell you about here before I get into the couple of articles I wanted to show you a couple of video clips about. But sure enough, oh, here we go. Apologize. Now, Matt Gaetz and Kevin McCarthy have definitely had their situations where they've had plenty of words in the past, and it does look like Kevin McCarthy is going to bow out before the beginning of the year. But before I show you that, I want to show you a couple of clips of what Vivek Ramaswamy said at the debate stage. In case you missed it, I know a lot of people are hardcore Trumpers like myself, but Vivek Ramaswamy sounds more and more like Trump every day, at least with his monologues and his conversations and the way he handled these folks at the debate. This was glorious, folks. Just Trump couldn't have said it better himself. Let's go ahead and listen to it together, folks. There's a couple of good zingers in here. He's letting them have it. We're talking about Nikki Haley, Chris Christie, and Ron DeSantis, all three on stage. And he calls them out for what they are, a bunch of bootlicker, backstabbing bootlickers.
With all three of my other colleagues on this debate stage. is all three of them have been licking Donald Trump's boots for years for money and endorsements. Ron DeSantis, you've been a great governor, but you would have never been one without actually begging Donald Trump for that endorsement.
And you attacked him in your book a year ago.
True.
Same thing with Chris Christie as a lobbyist, begging them for COVID money for his special interests in New Jersey, prepping him for the debates last time around. These people are now Monday morning quarterbacking some decision he made. I think the real enemy is not Donald Trump. It's not even Joe Biden. It is the deep state that at least Donald Trump attempted to take on. And if you want somebody who's going to speak truth to power, then vote for somebody who's going to speak the truth to you. Why am I the only person on this stage, at least, who can say that January 6th now does look like it was an inside job? That the government lied to us for 20 years about Saudi Arabia's involvement in 9/11. That the Great Replacement theory is not some grand right-wing conspiracy theory, but a basic statement of the Democratic Party's platform. That the 2020 election was indeed stolen by big tech.
There it is.
That the 2016 election, the one that Trump won for sure, was also one that was stolen from him by the national security establishment that actually put up the Trump-Russia collusion hoax that they knew was false. There's a reason why I'm the only person on the stage who can say these things. That's what it's going to take, not people who are licking his boots one time and now Monday morning quarterbacking him and criticizing him when it's convenient.
Governor Christie.
He tore their asses up. I love it, folks. That is good stuff. There was a couple of good clips of Vivek Ramaswamy just tearing them off the bone. I love to see it. Anybody that wants to call out the deep state in a Republican debate, they got my vote. Not necessarily for president, but maybe for vice president. Now, while we're talking about vice president, who would be your choice out of all the people that Trump could pick as his vice president? Kari Lake, possibly. Vivek Ramaswamy, possibly. Tucker Carlson. Let me know in the comment section down below who you would vote for, who you would think that Trump should put in there to not just help the party, but to help him win the nomination. Now let's get back up here, and we're going to play this great clip of Matt Gaetz breaks down the whole Kevin McCarthy, crybaby Kevin McCarthy BS. Hold on a second, folks. This thing's acting like it's not wanting to load. Uh-oh, looks like it's possible that Rumble is down. So what I'll do, folks, is I'll go find this video real quick, and I will play it for you in entirety. So stick around, folks, and everybody have a great day. Like, subscribe, and share if you haven't already. And this video is absolutely the bomb. Check it out. Folks, this is a glorious video. I think it is spot on, accurate, and explains a whole lot about what's going on with our situation. Now, we are going to lose a few people over the next several months as far as our House votes with our majority. Hopefully, we will be able to maintain our majority. I did look up some facts earlier. The House votes every 2 years on the even years to replace all House members or re-vote them back in. And so, as of right now, the House has got about 40 members, they believe, that will not be headed for re-election in November. At least 10 Republicans, including Kevin McCarthy, Patrick McHenry, Ken Bucks, thank God, he's horrible, and so many others. But truth be known, hopefully we will get a better class of Republicans in there, because a lot of these people that are leaving are the Uniparty, and a lot of the Democrats that are leaving because they see that the writing is on the wall. And so hopefully they will get a more moderate group of Democrats if they so choose to push in more Democrats. But I think we will actually take some of those seats away from some of those Democrats in the House as well over 2024. The House is definitely going to do some flip-flopping, and after November and Trump takes back our country, I believe we will have control of the House, the Senate, and the President and the executive branch. Just my prediction, folks. All right, let's go ahead and get into this bad boy.
That's a wrap.
That is indeed a wrap. This is Matt Gaetz. We are live on Firebrand, broadcasting from room 2021 of the Rayburn House Office Building here at the Capitol Complex on Washington, D.C. And that was former House Speaker Kevin McCarthy announcing his intention to leave the Congress, to quit at the end of the year. You'll remember back in January, Kevin McCarthy said, "It's not how you start, it's how you finish," and it appears he is indeed finished. This announcement from Speaker McCarthy coming the day after his top lieutenant, Patrick McHenry, announced his retirement from the Congress. The key difference is that McHenry seems to be indicating a willingness to serve out the entire term that his voters elected him to. Kevin McCarthy, in turn, saying if he cannot run the place and be Speaker, then he will leave. So there is an establishment exodus from the United States Republican Conference, and it's my hope that we backfill these establishment, lobbyist-drawn entities with folks who are willing to fight for the America First agenda, to reduce wars, to get out of these bad trade deals, and to stop the illegal immigration that is overrunning our country. And we have to provide a check on the Biden administration that continues to spend us into oblivion and to more debt, and to defang this weaponized government that's been turned against our fellow Americans. Kevin McCarthy was not useful in that fight. In many ways, he inhibited it, and now he is leaving. But there is a very real math problem that we are confronted with for this departure, for all of the self-congratulatory videos that Kevin McCarthy may make. Him leaving, his unwillingness to stay and vote for even the most basic of Republican priorities, may imperil our ability to get the job done. So here's the math. We have a 4-seat majority that we were elected to, errantly, foolishly, in violation of precedent and due process. We made the decision to expel George Santos. Now, most Republicans in the conference voted against expelling Santos, but enough voted with the errant ethics committee that he is now gone. That takes 4 down to 3. Now McCarthy is saying he's leaving at the end of the year. Takes us down to 2. And then Bill Johnson, the Republican from Ohio, has indicated that he is taking the university presidency at Youngstown State. That will leave us with a 1-seat majority. Sure hope everyone eats their veggies, stays healthy over the break. Otherwise, this thing could tip the balance to the Democrats. Now, there has been some commentary on social media that I am to blame, that it's my fault that Kevin McCarthy is quitting and leaving early. I don't know anyone else who would just say, well, if I can't run the place, I'm going to leave. Nancy Pelosi, for all her flaws, and there are many, she at least stuck around. She didn't hurt her team by saying, well, if I can't be the quarterback, I'm just going to take the ball and go home. That seems to be what we're getting from Kevin McCarthy. This is not an act of patriotism or moving on to the next fight. It is an act of abject selfishness, and it is revealing that if Kevin McCarthy can't swing the gavel and be in charge and make the decisions, that he's not willing to be a team player. For all the criticism I've received about not being a team player, I'm here. I'm doing the work. I'm taking votes. And the Republican establishment might not like how I vote all the time, but I'm not facilitating a path to hand power to the Democrats. That would be more in line with what we see from the former speaker who is on his way out the door.